All right, Blues, welcome back to the Daily Blues. It's episode 3 and it's the day after the night before. We're still trying to piece together what happened really last night after City got beat by Juventus, obviously, after going a goal ahead. We're going to get into a bit of the injury news from last night and then we'll try and dissect exactly what happened and why we lost, because some of us were talking on Twitter last night, loads of you were actually commenting, and we're still trying to work out actually what went wrong, because I still don't think we played that badly at all. But anyway, Vincent Kompany came off midway through the second half in what I think changed the game. Otamendi came on, we didn't look quite as stable at the back, quite as solid as we have been, and then we conceded the winning goal. He's only got a calf strain. He said it's a minor injury. It came off as a precaution, and today in an interview he said it's nothing serious. So I imagine he'll be back for Saturday's game, but with Kompany, obviously with his muscle injuries in the past, you never want to rush him back because he's been so good this season. On a quick note, and a bit of an aside really, Luke Shaw got an absolute horror injury for United last night, which we never like to see happen. So we'll have less of anybody having a laugh at that on Twitter, because that's an absolute shocker. And I hope he's back fit again soon. Last night's game, what went wrong for me is we didn't take our chances. In the Champions League, chances really are at a premium. And we had the chances to win the game. We had a chance really early in the first half, which if we'd have taken, we could have flown last night. If we'd have gone 1-0 up in the first 2 minutes, who knows what could have happened. Same again where Buffon made that double save. I just think we need to be more clinical. We had the chances. Silva had a chance. Sterling had a chance. Boney had a chance. We just didn't take them. And on the flip side of that, Juventus did. And they know what to do in Europe. And I still don't think we do. They took their chances and they won the game. We didn't. But in hindsight, I still think we didn't play that badly. If you go and look back at last season's Champions League games, especially at home, and if you look at that game against Roma, we weren't half as good as we were last night, because last night we actually managed to control some of the football. We controlled the pace and the tempo for most of the game, and I think that's a real positive going into the next 5 games. Mönchengladbach up next away. Never easy playing away from home in the Champions League, but we have to go there and we have to really turn them over. They got beat 3-0 by Seville last night, and we have to go to Mönchengladbach and win. 5 games left. We need to win, I think, 3 or 4 of those, which I think we can do, not easily, but I think we can do anyway. One quick mention for a player who was imperious last night, and that was Fernandinho. In a game where very few of our players stood up and were counted, I think Fernandinho was phenomenal. He ran the show from deep in the midfield. He made all of the tackles. He wasn't afraid to get stuck in. He kept Pogba out the game for 90% of it, other than that ridiculous pass that no defence, I don't think, is cutting out, where he set up the first goal. But I thought Fernandinho was fantastic. He was our most attacking threat as well, which said a lot about the rest of the team really last night. Nobody had a really bad game, but nobody really stood up and were counted. But anyway, we'll move on and we'll look forward now to Saturday's game against West Ham, where we can make it 6-6 in the Premier League, which would be good news after yesterday's bad news. But we'll see you tomorrow for episode 4 of the Daily Blues.
I think we won 2-1. 2-1. Come on, 3-0. 3-0, we won 3-0. We won 3-0.
Top of the league!